So, I decided I was going to do some earrings. These earrings here are made, or those cabs there are going to be made in a similar style to this leopardskin jasper necklace. You see, I did beads on the side trapped with wire, and I did the framing. I think negative space is a very important thing when you're designing. Don't need to fill up every little spot. I even did some coils that I need to tighten up because they look a little messy. I'm going to be making loops to go in there to make my own handmade chain. But first off, I need to make earrings. So, I kind of prepped a little bit, but let's take one of these. I'm pinching a little bit, putting opposite force from the shape of the curve on it, pressing. So, 22 gauge silver, 30 gauge silver. I like to weave down, so I'm going this direction. There's my little tail and my push around starting. I'll give it, let's see here, 3, 4, 5 times around before I add another wire. So I got a nice solid base. 2, 3. I'm not doing, this one was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not doing 5, I'm doing 3 because they're earrings and I'm going to go back around. Kind of like I did with the pendant, I went back around with that one. Now, sorry, that was hard to see. Difficult working in this little window. So, okay. What I did here, I did 5 anchor and I went up and in here. Actually, I added, and then I added a third one here. Hopefully you can rewind. I didn't explain very well while I was doing it, but I did do it. And that's just a single over. Now I'm going between, or going around the first one, underneath, in between the second one, in between the first one. Move this out of the way so you can see what I'm doing a little better. And then now in between the last one. And then over all of them. And in between the first and second. In between the second and third. In between the first and second. Over the last, in between the second and third. Time to squish. Like my pretty Neutronics. See? Neutronics. Pliers. Very nice and sturdy. I'm really enjoying them. The tips on the head of it, the jaws of it, aren't quite as, pardon me, tiny as I was thinking they were going to be, which means I'm going to have to get another set of tools, or another set of pliers with tiny jaws to work in these small spaces, because this small wire makes small spaces. Now, there we go. I don't know how many people need me to still comment exactly what I'm doing here. It's the same thing over and over and over and over. Right now, I'm giving it some quick little touches. because to tighten things makes it look more even. Come on, there we go. First one, through, down, across the back, down, over, across all of them, through the first one, through the second one, down, across the back, through there, across all of them, through the first one, through the second one, down, across the back, across all of them, hold it down, and dook, dook. Yes, I make sound effects. My daughter loves it. Okay, so, oh, my wire got tangled up on my tripod. There we go. Through the first one. Through the second one. Through the third. Over them all. First, second, whoops, almost went over the two. Third. People have been asking me how I know the names of stitches, or weaves, or however I'm referring to them at that point in time. Well, the fact of the matter is, I don't know the name of most of them. I make up a name if I don't know the name, but I also tend to state it at some point in time that that is just what I call that weave, and that other people may have a name for it. If there is a trade name for a weave that I'm doing, and I don't know it, I would love to know it, because if we all refer to things by the same names, it's much easier for people who are learning. Okay, I need to squish that again because I got a little kink right there. Okay, see how slow that goes? We're not even all the way up the first curve. I'm not going to videotape me doing the entire section, which is going to be about here, but I will talk for a second before I go. I'm going to do a pause. How did I measure how much silver I needed? Well, I go about thumb knuckle to thumb tip down and put the stone there. Then double the stone, and then thumb knuckle to thumb tip up, and that's approximately half of what I need. So then I cut all the way to the end, and I ended up with a piece like that. And so that's going to have enough to do a weave the size of the stone. It's going to have to be about that long because I'm going to have to curve it. Oh, let's get in the center focus here. And we have to be about that long worth of weave so I can curve it around and trap the thing properly. And then I just took 3 pieces and cut them. See? 3. There we go. I actually cut 6 because I'm doing a pair of earrings. I cut them all the same size. Now I'm going to pause and do the weave up until slightly before where I need to finish it, and then I will start up again.